When someone drinks excessively, it doesn't just impact their mood, it actually erodes trust and safety and communication. And you can apply this, by the way, to any substance that someone is doing way too much. My husband's drinking ruins our vacations. My husband is a vacation drinker and I am not so much. We've been married for 8 years and we're high school sweethearts. He's always been a binge drinker with friends and is very hard to handle alone when he is too drunk. I often need friends to help me with him, or we always get in fights because I'm a buzzkill and too uptight and I can't let loose. The reason I am a little uptight and don't drink more than a few beers with him is because at some point in the night, there's always a turning point where an argument starts, and on those few nights that I do drink with him, he winds up trying to blame me, saying that I'm drunk and I start it, which is rarely the case. Or it's because I'm trying to cut him off from drinking too much. A lot of my worries stem from when he used to drink and drive or go out with his friends who would drink and drive. One night he decided to drive home because his friends were pissing him off, and on his way he got turned around and lost in a town that he knows like the back of his hand. His phone was dying and location was off and I could not find him. He was still 20 minutes away from home. I went out searching for him. This was after he told me he was staying with his friends. I had a terrible gut feeling at 2 a.m. I woke up and went to search for him. Thankfully, he found his way back home. I found him on the usual path and followed him the rest of the way, watching him swerve terribly. That night has stuck with me since. After that night, I don't let him go alone when I know he will be drinking. I offer to be his designated driver so I know he gets home safe because he's too impatient when he's drunk to call me or wait for me to get there. I know it's enabling him, but I don't want my husband hurt. I see these patterns when he drinks and I'm highly sensitive to that switch. What can I do to encourage him to be sober on our vacations at least? Am I delusional? You are not delusional. Studies have shown us that alcohol lowers inhibition, impairs emotional regulation, especially in people with a family history of alcohol abuse. So your nervous system as his wife is now tracking the shifts in him. That switch that you mentioned is your body saying, oh no, this isn't safe. Oh no, like we've crossed the threshold. And you're right to listen. Vacation drinking might seem harmless, but it is repeating these patterns of emotional volatility, mockery, and you're fighting and blame. These are signs of deeper relational harm that, yes, will affect your relationship. In couples therapy, we have a term for this. It's called a breach in relational safety. Without safety, there can be no true intimacy. Let's just say that again. Without safety, there can be no true intimacy. You're not a buzzkill. You're a partner who is trying to protect the peace in the relationship or responding to his behavior. You're not overreacting. He's saying that you ruined the vacation, but accountability on his part means recognizing that his behavior keeps derailing your shared joy as a couple. That guilt that you feel is a trauma response, and it happens if you in particular grew up believing that love means over-functioning for someone or keeping the peace for someone. Here's what I would recommend, honestly. And if you were in couples therapy with me, this would be the plan that we'd follow. Number one, you have to set a compassionate boundary. You're gonna have to say something like, I am not comfortable vacationing together if drinking will be part of it. I want our trips to feel safe and connected. Number two, you're gonna make a request, not a demand. Invite him through that ask to choose your relationship over the ritual of not just fighting, but over drinking. Number three, don't argue when he's drinking. Wait until he's sober and calm to interact with him. Number four, and importantly, consider therapy, either solo or together, couples therapy. Especially with his family history, it sounds like mental health support and relational health support is essential to you guys as a couple. A really big question that you need to ask yourself is, if this never changes, if this dynamic never changes, if he never changes on this issue, can I stay? And you should be really honest with yourself about that answer. So no, you're not delusional. You're observant, you're exhausted, and you're allowed to want vacations that don't feel like it's you doing damage control all the time. It's not about you controlling him or wanting to control him. It's about wanting love to feel good as it should.